Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one will be doing our Walking Dead updates video for this week. In this one, the lead topic will be, do we think that Morgan will return to Alexandria? Alright, so we just have a few episodes left for Fear the Walking Dead Season 7, second half. I think we have 3 episodes left. New one today, so on AMC Plus. If you guys have AMC Plus, you can watch that. So we just recently seen Morgan go ahead and leave somewhat in Fear the Walking Dead. If you haven't seen it yet, that's in tonight's episode. Spoilers, but whatever. It's just him leaving. It's not like he's killed off or something. So we have him leaving in episode, what was it? 13, I guess, for Fear the Walking Dead Season 7. And he's leaving with Mo, who is the baby that they've gone ahead and somewhat rescued from Strand, from the tower, and now Morgan has kind of set off in a raft, with episode 13, Fear the Walking Dead, being called The Raft. So now that he's going ahead and leaving, do we think that he may be returning to Alexandria? Now, I think this is a great question. I want to thank you guys for sending through questions like this. We'll get into more of your Q&A questions afterwards, but definitely this is a good one. It's hard to say if he's going to return before the Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 finale. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. I think it's a weird time for them right now to have him leave the group when they're just getting ready to have kind of a final battle with Strand at the tower for the Season 7 finale. Looks like in these last few episodes here. Also, at some point, we're expecting to see Madison return, in that we've seen her in the trailer for this half, and it's confirmed that she's going to be a series regular in Season 8 when Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 returns after the original Walking Dead TV series ends. Now, one piece of information that's good with respect to this topic is that I did hear that they're supposedly moving the filming of Fear the Walking Dead to Georgia. So they are moving the filming for Season 8 of Fear the Walking Dead to the same location as where The Walking Dead usually films, right? So does it make sense that they would leverage and use Alexandria and use some of the other locations if they're going to be filming in and around there? I think so. Likely would mean that, if you're going to film the group in Alexandria or in Virginia or wherever it is, you normally would film it where you normally film. If you're going to have the Fear the Walking Dead group stay in Texas or wherever the heck they are right now, specifically, then you're going to do that and have them actually, you're going to keep filming there. So the fact that they have moved filming, I do think is a bit telling, is something that, finally after all these years, we actually may see Morgan return to Alexandria in Fear the Walking Dead. This would be really good. The Walking Dead TV series would be ending, and we could see whoever is with him in the Fear group, whether it be Madison, some of the others maybe. But what is interesting is that the 2 characters that Morgan runs into when he leaves Alexandria are John and Althea, both of which are no longer in Fear the Walking Dead. Althea leaves and kind of gets a surviving type of leave for Fear the Walking Dead, and then, spoiler warning, we saw John be killed off, last season or so, and then his dad this season. So this is a good one. I would actually like to see Morgan return with the Fear group. I'm just wondering if, does this mean that the tower will be destroyed, and if so, in the battle possibly, or does it mean that maybe they do take the tower and Morgan does return before the end of Season 7, and then after that some part of the group heads out that way? Whatever the case may be, it does feel like we're kind of in reboot territory, I think, for Fear the Walking Dead going to the Season 7 finale. The way everything is shaping up, it definitely looks like not all of the Fear old school survivors will still be around after this season ends, going into Season 8. It looks to me like Strand will likely be killed off, either Season 7 finale or maybe at some point in Season 8. I've heard some comments of rumors that maybe Ruben Blades, who plays Daniel, will also be leaving, maybe wants to get back on tour and stuff like that, and has had enough with doing Fear. So I've heard that one as well. So we're getting the idea that a lot of these older Fear survivors may not be continuing into season 8. We know Madison is coming back, and the big question I think on everybody's minds is whether or not we think Alicia will survive. I would really enjoy seeing her return to Alexandria with Morgan, in that she's kind of like, I want to say she's probably the standout in terms of the original Fear group that's still there. Now, with Madison returning, that kind of changes things a little bit, but she has been gone for a long time, with Madison having left midway through Fear the Walking Dead Season 4. So in a way, it's sort of like you have Madison, who is there for the first 4.5 seasons and is kind of the beginning lead, and then you have Alicia take over and, kind of continue on. So it kind of feels like, to me, the overall Fear the Walking Dead series lead would have to be Alicia. She's the one who's there all the way through. Strand, I don't view him as a series lead because he's always been a bit in the middle in terms of, is he a good guy, is he a bad guy? Sometimes he's with a good guy group, but he'll do bad things. And now we've seen him totally switch to the bad guy side. Daniel, I never looked at as a series lead for Fear. I always looked at him as like supporting cast, but he does get some really good episodes here and there. However, he's not really the forefront character for Fear, so I'd have to go with Alicia for that one. But with Madison returning, will they still have budget? Will they still be able to have the both of them in the series together? We know that when Morgan came in, Lenny James came into Fear, we had Madison leaving promptly, basically at the same time. And so does that mean that maybe they're not able to have all these different people in at one time? But if you're losing both Daniel and Strand possibly from the earlier seasons, is there enough room to still have Alicia and have Madison and have Morgan all together? Whatever the case may be, I am excited to see how this whole thing turns out. And I would like to see Morgan return to Alexandria, because they're moving filming there. It sounds like we'll see something like that. But we'll have to see how that turns out. The question, too, is with Season 7 finale, if they do kill off Alicia, how many people will still be interested to come back and see Fear the Walking Dead Season 8? I know it'll be cool to see Madison return, but if Alicia's not there to play off Madison, both of Madison's kids being dead, that really, I feel like it kind of screws the story up a little bit, in some ways anyway, because just the amount of seasons you have it there, it's kind of like with Rick, if he leaves and he's alive, that's one thing, but if you kill him off, I think this is why they were so, careful about not killing Rick off in the original Walking Dead series, because if you did kill him off, the audience would just be like, okay, it's over, it's done, I'm not watching this anymore. But with Fear the Walking Dead, if you do the equivalent, if you kill Alicia off, who's really the only one who's been there all the way through as a forefront character, I feel like, it's tricky to say if people are going to come back and watch it after that. But maybe they feel like if the original Walking Dead TV series is ending, they've got those locations, then they might as well maybe have the Fear group go there, and that would be something. Maybe you could have a couple of the survivors from the original series merge in or something. You do have Dwight and Sherry, we got to remember that, so they're there too. So it makes all the sense in the world that they would want to return there, at least from Morgan, that he'd want to check and see how Rick, because remember, he doesn't know, from Morgan's perspective, he doesn't know all the things that have transpired at Alexandria, with the Commonwealth almost kind of taking it over right now and everything like that. And if they were to go back there, depending on how the timeline worked out, they could go back there and see the place like overrun with walkers or something, if it's during the Whisperer timeline or Commonwealth there, and then Morgan might say, oh no, we're not going to go because it's got some other group or something, or I don't know, man. There's a lot of possibilities with how that could work out. But a lot of people are predicting Season 7 finale for Fear, maybe kind of the end for Fear the Walking Dead as far as Strand, Daniel, and Alicia. Some people think they're all going to be killed off. characters like Charlie and that. And then we'll see kind of a reboot series here with Madison joining with Morgan, and maybe they go to Alexandria together, or maybe Madison comes back as a villain in some way, and there's been some mind washing, some brainwashing done to her, or something like we see in that trailer leading up to Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 second half. So that's what I got for you for that first topic. Do we think Morgan will return to Alexandria? I think he will. The film is going there, so it makes sense. But then again, we have filming for Daryl in Germany, so however that's going to turn out. Some questions from you guys for today. Ryan G said, honestly, Trev, I just want all these spin-offs to end. I would like everyone to rendezvous at the Commonwealth. Let me know what you think, dude. Well, we know the original Walking Dead TV series is ending for sure here, Ryan. We know it's splintering off into different directions. The tricky thing is, man, you got to consider budgets, and you got to consider if they have all the characters in one show, then they also get mad. Like, the original reason why Morgan went to Fear actually wasn't just for the story. It was because Lenny James wanted to work more, and they just were not able to give him that much screen time in the original Walking Dead series. So they gave him Fear so he could get more screen time, and that's what they ended up doing, and it worked out great, I think. But yeah, you have to consider that budgets are a thing, and if different cast members are going to sign on for a year or whatever, then that's going to take up a lot of their work for that year. So if they don't get a lot of episodes, they don't get paid that much. So they kind of have to splinter it off. They really don't have much of a choice. It's unfortunate, but it's just how it plays out in real life. Though I am still happy that Walking Dead is still on, and that even as the Walking Dead TV series original is ending, they're giving us other things to spin off to. So I actually think it's a great thing, but I understand how you're feeling. You wish everything could just be in the one, and I get that, but unfortunately, I don't think it's feasible in terms of budgets. BLK Yank 1 says, wasn't there rumors that Fear was supposed to move its production from Texas to Georgia? Yeah, I believe that's correct, BLK, as we said earlier. I think that's the case. Last I heard that's exactly what they're doing. Yeah. So, cool, right? I mean, I think it's good. I think it's a good thing. It'll look more like original Walking Dead. Torrid said, I like the episode, but I love Strand. I think it's a shame that Strand will get killed. Well, Colvin Domingo will likely still direct some episodes. He's a great director, too. If you've seen some of his episodes, they're actually really, really good. At some point, it has to happen, though, Torrid. Like, at some point, his story arc has to be completed. He's always been on that slant towards becoming a villain. And so it just, it has to happen, man. It's just, it's just natural at some point. It's just what it is. Steve M says they did a great job with Wes of making him a bumbling idiot for a partner to Strand was their intention. I guess I agree. That's a good one. I don't think he's going to be returning to Alexandria or anything. I mostly doubt that. Lady Lowe says, frankly, I feel Morgan might return with Madison in tow. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Think so too. Nathan Skywalker said, does that mean Alicia will survive and we will see her, Madison, Luciana, and Daniel together? Well, that'd be great to see all of them. I agree. Minus Strand, probably, because he's had his season focus as a villain now. So it's good. But I hope so. I definitely hope, at least for me, if we could see Alicia and Madison still alive, that'd be really great. Puzzle says, The Walking Dead should have always been just one series. Milking everything down to multiple spin-offs is a mistake. Well, if you think so, Puzzle, but the original series kind of has to end, I think. They've run out of comic book material, and the budgets for that are really, really high. The viewership's not there, so they can do other series that don't cost as much, I think, and that's why we're seeing these splintered off spin-offs where you have certain cast and crew members doing that. So I'm happy with how it's going, but I understand from an entertainment factor, you're saying you like it better combined, like the other the comment was there earlier. Elise says, Trev, you think Morgan is on his way back to Alexandria? And do you think Morgan will be the first person to see Madison? I hope Alicia's the first person to see Madison. Morgan won't even know who she is because he's never seen her before. He'll be like Rick? No, he'll be like, Madison? No, he won't know. He'll be like, hi. Rosita Espinosa says, I hope with this Padre and Madison coming back means a return of the CRM on Fear in the last 3 episodes. Also, they will probably be able to cure Alicia with her sickness. Well, that'd be good if she left for a while and then they could use her in another spinoff or something later. That'd be better than seeing her be killed off. But as far as CRM, yeah, they could be the ones who got her. They could have gotten Madison and done some brainwashing to her. So Madison as a CRM agent would be cool to see. Yeah, I don't know. And Mr. Big Guy, it's been a few years since I used to watch you, Trev. Came back to this channel, and it's about politics now, I guess. No, it is not. Politics are not real. They're all bought off and paid for by huge oligarchs. Clearly, this guy has no idea. They didn't pay attention even 1 second. What have I been saying the last 3 years? It's not real. Okay, anyway, it's faker than killing zombies in Walking Dead. But good riddance to you, Mr. Big Guy. It doesn't sound like you paid any attention anyway. That's it for this video today, guys. If you liked it, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, subscribe at the bottom if you're new. And I'll see you guys again soon for another video. As always, it's Trev saying peace there, guys. See you soon.